to a completely impromptu live. So O'Neill's Flowers in Carlingford sent us a couple of things. Now I am going to spend more time and use these items up. So this is just really a sneaky peek of what's available and some of the new things that's available in the wholesalers. But before we get started, who's watching? What's the weather like? And listen, is it dark in your part of the country? Because it's pitch dark, pitch black outside where we are. So here in Dublin, it has been a cold day. And then there's people to say to me, Jeanette, no wonder you to be cold. You have no sleeves on you at all. I just turned the heat on, though I did put one of my sweatshirts on earlier on. We were up in the wholesalers. So anyone that is watching, comment below. Is it dark where you are? Is it rainy? What's the weather been like? And how are you getting on? What parts of the world are you watching in from? So some of
and we better give a big shout out to Gillian up in Harold Ellams, who's just become a nanny.
Oh yeah. So 3 weeks ago we were up in Harold Ellams, and Gillian, one of the owners of Harold Ellams, her daughter had been taken into hospital, and they were literally waiting to see, you know what I mean, was the baby going to arrive. So a bouncing baby boy, Ruin, it's an Irish, I'm pronouncing that right.
Yeah, you're right, yeah.
It's an Irish name, I don't know how you spell it, don't ask me. £8 something, anyway, as my husband does say, a big chicken, a big chicken with a small baby. £8 something, fine big baby, black head of hair, absolutely gorgeous. And you know the way some babies, you're kind of wondering, are you a boy or a girl? Well, there's absolutely no mistake in this little fella. He is definitely a boy. He's absolutely gorgeous. She's over the moon, and she's obviously in nanny mode. So big congratulations, Gillian. Absolutely delighted for you.
It's snowing in Washington, it's sunny in California, and it's dark up in Donegal.
So there you go, 3 parts of the world. That is just mad. I can imagine what it's like in Donegal, because I know myself.
He said it's jet black.
When we go over to Sligo, because here in Dublin, I know it's black outside there, but normally when in Dublin you have the street lights, so we never actually experience pitch black. As in, I would never go outside my house or outside work and not be able to see my hand in front of my face. But I know when I'm in Sligo, especially in the in-laws' houses, that when you go outside, I'm turning on the phone or I'm pushing the buttons to turn the car lights on. It's just to experience that pitch black. So well for the ones over in America that are enjoying the sun, and Washington, is it tomorrow is Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
So hopefully you're all prepared and all organised, and very best wishes for Thanksgiving. So as I said, O'Neill's Flowers is a flower wholesaler based in Carlingford, County Louth. Maybe if somebody is watching there, they might comment, or they might actually tag them in the comments below. I'm not sure if Celine is watching. If you put the @ sign and then immediately write O'Neill's Flowers, it should come up in blue writing, and that means that they're tagged.
Somebody is asking, are we going to see Ollie Goes to Oz? We are.
Absolutely, we are. I can't remember what date. It's
we're the first night, I think, we're there.
We normally always go the first night. And Deirdre, did you get the second row?
Yeah.
We always have the second row, the middle seats. So we've 6 seats booked. So absolutely, we'll be there cheering on James Patrice,
Ollie.
Ryan Andrews, Ollie, and what's the fella that broke his leg last year or hurt himself off Fair City?
Oh yeah, McLean.
Yeah. Absolutely, we'll be cheering them on, and your man that writes the pantomime.
Oh, Al Porter.
Al Porter. Do you know what? My menopause head is getting worse and worse.
And you know, you got stuff for your menopause head, Jeanette.
I did, and actually we better talk about that tomorrow. Better start taking it. So yeah, actually a company obviously listening to me and saying that fecker is definitely in the height of menopause. You can't get the words out and talk about fog and brain fog. See, I'm saying things backwards. And they sent me out some supplements, and I have them in a box, and of course I wanted to show them before I start taking them, and then I could come back on a month later looking 20 years younger, spitting the words out and remembering things that was did on me 20 or 30 years ago. So maybe I'll start that tomorrow. That is definitely has to be the plan. Okay, today I want to talk about wreaths, because from the 1st of December, which is next Monday by the way, we start off our 12 days of Christmas. But like typical menopause, we can't count, okay? So our 12 days of Christmas goes on for about 20 days of Christmas. And every day we will actually have a demonstration of a completely different type of door wreath, but sometimes we'll do a grave wreath, okay? And when I'm doing my demonstration, I'll always give you a breakdown of exactly what I'm going to be using. Some of the days I'll do my door wreath from scratch, and other days I'm going to use a pre-made base. And anybody that wants to join in with me, and that's why I said if we get on tonight, Wednesday, so that you can get on and organise this, order them for Thursday, and you'll have them by Friday or Monday next week. So in O'Neill's, they have what we call a pre-made base, okay? So this is all fresh novelist, fresh spruce, and this will last right up to Christmas. Actually, to be honest, you'll probably get Patrick's weekend out of it. Don't store them in your house, okay? If you have them, I know it's in at the moment, but I'm going to put this back outside, okay? Until I'm ready to use it. And I might use this one tomorrow. Yeah, we might start the 12 days of Christmas early. I might use it tomorrow. But if not, from next Monday, make sure that you keep an eye out for us. And I'll show you how I can decorate it. And every day from next Monday onwards, for the next 20 days, you'll see 20 completely different designs. And some of them you're going to love, and some of them, well, you won't hate them, but they might be your favourite. But the thing is, if you buy yourself a couple of these bases, it means then you can give them as a present to your mother, your father, your auntie, your sister, the teachers in school, the nuns, the lollipop woman, and whoever else. So the prices are, they knew I wasn't able to see the small writing. They sent it out laminated and all. So a 10-inch wreath is $8.50. Now that includes the VAT, okay? This is a 12-inch one. Buy a 12-inch one, they're much better, they are. That's a 12-inch one, and that is $10.50. Now that's an absolute bargain for that, $10.50. Now obviously you have to decorate it yourself. And if anyone is lucky enough to need 10 presents, or if you have 10 friends, so if you have 10 friends, you can buy 10 of them for €95. Now that includes the VAT. Now he sent this one down to us in a box. It's actually in a gorgeous gift box. Now they don't come in the box when you buy them, okay? Like I would presume you can buy the boxes. Now last year they were selling these boxes, okay? So when it's all decorated up, I put it into a box, and it is lovely then.
No price for the box.
No price for the box. Well, they were really cheap last year.
Yeah,
like,
they were.
I think they
were €2. I think
right.
that's
Now,
what they were
I could be
last
wrong, and it could be gone up with inflation and all the rest. But I'm nearly sure these were €2 last year. And I think to be able to give that to the teacher in school, and the lollipop woman, and the lunch woman, and your hairdresser, and your neighbour next door, and the woman that walks the dog, I think it's going to be a brilliant present. But you don't need the box, okay? So that's what
somebody wants to know what size is that wreath.
So that's a 12-inch frame, okay, at the back. But it's probably bigger. It's probably more 18 inches thereabouts. So he actually has, there's two sizes. Or have they made a mistake here, because he has 12-inch wreath and 12-inch wreath. I think they need the menopause supplements up in O'Neill's, Deirdre, because it's the same number wrote twice.
All right, okay. I must be a 14-inch, they mean.
I say that means a 14-inch. So the 14-inch is $12.50, the 12-inch is $10.50, and the 10-inch is $8.50. And it's obviously cheaper than if you buy them in bulk.
And Selena's on there, and she's saying that they have got the boxes up there.
Great. And you'll find all that on the website. So if you just Google O'Neill's Flowers website, Carlingford, County Louth, their website will come up. And as I said, if I get a chance tomorrow, I'll decorate that. But if I don't, from next Monday, we'll have our 12 days of Christmas. Now, what do we need to decorate them, okay? Well, it's obviously all going to be personal taste. And I have a very small selection here. When you see what I'm going to use next week, oh my God, you'll be absolutely broke. So next week is a great week to start
the boxes are €2, but they're sold out on the website.
Oh, that's a disaster. Anyway, I have one. So as I said, next week is a great week to go on a diet. You know yourself, 3-4 weeks before Christmas, everybody wants to lose what, stone, 2 stone, 3 stone, that we look absolutely gorgeous for Santi. I'm going to tell you next week to buy so much stuff, you're not going to have any money to buy groceries or any food. So not only are you going to lose weight, so is your kids, your husband, and the whole lot. Okay, so what kind of stuff could we buy in? The first thing I recommend to buy is 20 gauge wires. You don't need a lovely container like this. And Leone in Blended Designs. This is is actually a cup for drinking your coffee in. But I just thought it was ideal for storing our wires, and it was nice and heavy and stopped it falling over. And then Leonie from Blended Design, she's in County Cavan, she personalised them. For anyone that's watching in a shop, think about picking up the cups, you know, that way you'll see them in Dunnes and Lidl and Pennies, and then you don't have to get them branded, but they look nicer. Now wires, you need to buy a 20 gauge wire. It needs to be strong enough, and definitely buy longer ones. These are a 12-inch length one, but you would get away with a 10-inch, but it's tight. And when you're only starting off, a 12-inch one is the better one to buy. So, using, and you can buy them in O'Neill's as well. So the first thing is some of the ribbons. Now I thought, I haven't opened it, but I just thought in the packet, this ribbon is absolutely gorgeous. And you know when you talk about luxury ribbons,
that is lovely.
like that is definitely what I would call a luxury
Just
ribbon.
move over to that way a little bit.
There
Yeah,
you go.
yeah,
So
that's
three
it.
cameras here,
I
I
know,
don't
yeah.
know what I'm looking at, okay? So this roll is only €14. That includes the VAT, okay? And there's 10 metres on it.
Wow.
Now I was in a wholesaler earlier on today, and there was ribbons, and they looked about that size, didn't they, Deirdre? And we picked up a few of them. But when I got home and I actually looked at the measurement, there was 4.5 metres on them. Now who puts 4.5 metres on a roll? Like that's a real odd looking number, isn't it? We're about 5 metres. So this one is actually working out very reasonably priced. And for making a bow, and I always say to the students, don't go and lash it out, you know what I mean, and cut big lengths of ribbon, and then they're too long or they're too short. Make your bow on the roll, okay? So this bow here, am I on the right angle here?
Yeah.
You see, you've messed me up today coming in on an angle. So make your bow kind of off the roll like what I'm doing there. And we call this a collar bow. So for anyone that hasn't watched before, pretend I was wrapping the ribbon around my neck like a scarf and then crossed it under my chin. And you decide how long do you want that piece, and obviously the other one is going to be exactly the same. And then the part that's around my neck, that's going to be the loops of the bow. So again, you can decide, like, do I want big loops or do I want little loops or medium loops? So back here then, you get the ribbon and you're pretending that you're wrapping it around somebody's neck and crossing it under their chin. Now it's really important to get the angle right. Now you all know, girls, if the angle is not right, it doesn't work, okay? So you get your angle right and you decide again, how long do you want to leave that tail there? So I'm happy enough with that size. I want my neck a bit bigger, so I'm just going to adjust that there. So there's my neck, and I'm happy enough with the tail piece that I have left over here. So I'm going to measure out roughly the same amount, and I'm going to cut it. Now this ribbon has a wire on the outside of it, which I'll show you in a minute. But what I'm now going to do is I'm going to do the duck cut or the dove cut. Dove cut sounds nicer than duck cut. And today on Instagram and on Facebook, I actually posted a close-up video of me doing this. You fold the ribbon over in half, and from the outside towards the fold, you cut up on a sharp, sexy angle. And that's how you get that lovely V. Do you see at the bottom? And I'm now going to do the exact same, right? So fold it over, and you start the scissors on the open side. You know what I mean, where the two layers are beside each other. So from the open side of the ribbon, you cut up on a sharp 45 sexy V. The sexier you go up, the nicer. And da-da-da-da, when you open it, you see the way you're getting that lovely V. Now I know, because I measured it, that is the exact measurement I need for my bows. So if you're planning on making the 10 wreaths for your 10 friends, whatever, and you buy the roll of ribbon, at least you won't waste any of it. Cut all the lengths now, that length, and you'll probably well get 10 or 12. I don't know, how many of them will go into 10 metres? That's less than a metre.
It's less than a metre,
It's
yeah.
less than a metre anyway. So you're definitely going to get 10 bows. So you can see it's exceptionally good value. So back to, get the middle, wrap it around the neck, decide on the length of your tails, get the angle right, that's important. And then grab it at the back of the neck. So where my blue nail varnish is, I'm wearing blue on Friday. Just going to make it a fraction bigger. So where my finger is wiggling in here, I'm going to bring the back of the ribbon, the back of the neck, in level with under my chin. See how I did that? And then where this thumb is, again, look at the navy nail varnish, and where this thumb is, I'm going to turn it on its side. And we often call this a figure 8 bow, because if you look at it, it nearly looks like a number 8. And in the middle of the number 8, I'm going to start gathering from this V to that V there. Now sometimes I do a little bit on this side and a little bit on the other side, or sometimes I just gather it all the way across. Now when I say gather it, I don't mean just squash it or squeeze it. Make little pleats. When you were in school, so back 100 years ago when I was in school, I was the biggest messer, but I was the most creative messer in my class. And I could make necklaces and bracelets out of every shitty bit of paper that was left. But I was mad about making fans, okay, and decorations. So I'm actually great at that kind of like pleating and dabbling it in. Then you get your 20 gauge wire. You get your wire, you wrap it around the centre. Now it's hard for you to see this from a distance, but I do have close-up videos
And
of
Celine
all
has
this.
actually put the links up for the bow videos on YouTube.
Do you know what?
Because we have loads of different bow videos
Thanks a
over on
million.
YouTube.
Do you know what? She's a treasure. And I have a surprise for you, Celine. Do you remember the bag that you fancied? Do you remember when Sarah was over? I have one for you. On Saturday, okay? So what I do is bring the wire around. They're all going to be putting up links now. They all look
This is it.
I'm going to squeeze it in real tight, and then I'm wrapping the long one around the short one. So anyone that wants a lesson on bows, go for that link there. So go down to the post, look for the link that Celine has put up, and again, it's a YouTube video close-up of me making these bows. Now I'm able to go back and I'm putting my finger and my thumb, you see, in between them, and fluffing them out, and then chucking the tails down. Mine are hanging down, but sometimes they're kind of a bit spread, one leg east and one leg west. So chuck them down on an angle, and there we have a gorgeous fluffy bow. And I'll show you, if I get time tomorrow, but if not, definitely on Monday, you'll see me adding them bows to our wreaths. And it's on that 20 gauge wire, and it's ready to go. And if you're planning on making 10 wreaths, get your roller ribbon and get in now over the weekend and make up your 10 bows. And another day I'll show you the other 2 cups.
And can I just say, when you do go over to O'Neill's site, he's not watching at the moment, but make sure to use the KAYSFS.
Oh yeah, so our discount code is KAYSFS, as in K's Flower School. And you get 5% discount off everything. Now he's a miserable fecker, typical RD fella. If he thinks he get away without giving it to you. Now there is some of the items
Any of the electric battery stuff.
Yeah, anything electrical batteries, you know, that way, vibrators, electric lights, Christmas lights, there's no discount on any of them, okay? But anything else, cheap and cheerful, Christmassy, you get the 5% discount. So there's 2 more fabulous ribbons. Now that's a gorgeous luxury tartan one, and again, we have a fabulous kind of like red velour velvet one. This is gorgeous. But I tell you what, I'm going to do that one.
Yeah, tenner a row.
That's only a tenner. And how many yards is on it? There's actually done in yards.
Oh,
there's 10 yards. Now I always say a yard is from my arm to the length, sorry, my shoulder, the length of my arm. So again, I'll probably get about 12, 13 bows out that roll for a tenner. I'll do them with you another day. And this one is, now there's only small writing on this one, so I can't see how many yards is on that one. Your one only sent out menopause supplements. I need Specsavers to send me out a pair of glasses. There's 10 metres. There's 10 metres on that one. So again, using the way I showed you how to measure the bow the last time, you'll easily get 10 or 12 bows out of this one, and that one is only a tenner. I think that one is gorgeous. That tartan one is lovely. Now for decorating your wreath, if anybody's feeling a bit lazy and not in the humour of making a bow, these are a bargain. So there we have a bow, and this is only €1. Look at that. But even for decorating your Christmas tree, or if you're a miserable fecker and you don't even want to put a door wreath on your door, hang that out your knocker. Hang it out your knob on your door there. And there you have a gorgeous bow for €1, plenty of glitter. And if you don't like red, you have them in silver as well. And the silver is only €1. Now I think my bow is nicer than I made. But again, like I think, you know what I mean, they're cheap. And the thing at Christmas makes the things nice and glittery. So there you go, €1 for that bow. Stick a wire through there. Again, hook your 20 gauge wire through it. Bend it over. Wrap the longer wire around the shorter one just to kind of like hold it in place. And there you go. You can actually make a little hook there to hang onto your door knocker, or again, you can wire it into the wreath. And I'll show you how to wire them into the wreaths when I get around to it. And even if I don't get around to it tomorrow, I definitely, from next Monday, remember the 12 days of Christmas at K's, that goes on for 20 days. You get more than a pair in a
Partridge in a pear tree.
Jesus Christ, get out them supplements. Partridge in a pear tree. Now the next thing I went absolutely mad about, okay, was these. These are what we call Christmas picks. And there's 12 of them in a bag, okay, I'm going to show you up close there. And it's €25. You should have made it €24. Then it would have been €2 each, okay? So €25 for the bag of these, and that's what they look like, okay? So it is artificial. It's only a pretend robin, a lovely little berry, and a little kind of glittery pine cone there. Now there's a nice strong stem on it, and I will show you how I use these in my wreaths, okay? I'll also use, obviously, this is just a selection from O'Neill's, but listen, we don't show favouritism, so I will be showing you stuff that we buy in the pound shops, that we buy in Mr. Price, that we buy in IKEA, and that we buy in your local florist or whatever the shop might be. But again, I use these. Now I absolutely adore these in my fresh flower arrangements. And I know there's people there coming to me on Saturday to learn how to make door wreaths, make their own door wreaths. And I have a great surprise for you because I have loads of little table arrangements as well. And you'll see the way I use some of these in the table arrangements among my fresh flowers, my fresh foliage. But I also use these in my artificial, and I also use them in the dried.
And just talking to Jeanette about our wreath workshop on Saturday, we have 2 places come free.
2 people unfortunately got sick and they're not able to, well, one only got sick and the other one is dependent on her to drive. So obviously she can't go. So we do have 2 places left for our annual Christmas wreath making workshop. It's the best one in Ireland. There's nobody else out there runs it's like the Joe Dolan show, you know that way? There's nothing like a Joe show. Well, there's nothing like a Kay show. So it's absolutely great crack. And there's normally a spot prize for everyone in the audience, and we have some amazing prizes lined up. We have all again cheap and cheerful. It's all about the participation and taking part in the crack. And anyone that wants to meet Celine's going to be there on Saturday. When you see somebody going around with a nice bag on her shoulder with no money in it, that would be Celine.
Celine said the range have a fantastic selection of picks as well, and they're starting at 120.
Very good. So again, you can see there, you can buy them anywhere, right? So they're the picks, they're available in O'Neill's, again in Carlingford, €25, that's including the VAT for the bag of 12 of them. Now, for decorating up your wreaths, okay, this is something that you could buy. I would call that a berry pick, but it can also be a bauble pick, or we can just call it a balls, because there's big balls, medium balls, and small balls on it. So this is just a bally pick. There's a lovely little bit of spruce, and again, a nice little bit of holly leaf onto it as well. It's nice and soft, the holly leaf on it, so it's not real kind of like plastery looking. Now another week I showed you these twig rings. I'm really sure O'Neill's has these. Now these didn't come from him today, but I'm nearly sure he has them, because people see these all year round. We use them all year round. Now I just have 2 of them cable tied together to make it kind of bigger. So for anybody, because some of the posh ones that watch here have big doors.
Oh, big, huge doors.
Big doors, right? So if you have a big door, you can actually, they're just cable tied together, that's all. But if you're living in a small house, okay, you can just use them individually. But just to show you, like even just the one on a single one, these are tied together already. But you see the way I'm able to bend and manoeuvre and curve it around. And I could glue it, I could wire it, I could cable tie it, you know that way, onto the side of a twig ring. And if you had one twig ring, a single twig ring is what I meant, and if I had 2 balls picks, okay, I could have one going one way, one going the other way, and I could join the 2 of them in the middle. The red bow would be nicer, you know, the red velvet bow or the tartan bow that I didn't make up. And again, so easy. Now that's what I would call a gobshite flower arrangement. But then back to our door wreaths, I could break them up, and I won't break it up yet, but I could cut it just where my finger is down there, right? And again, I could add a bit of wire onto it, and I could add that into the pre-made door wreath that you're all going to buy for, what was it, 10 or 12.50 in O'Neill's, that you're going to give to your granny, the lollipop woman, and all the rest. So you can see there, just great cutting. But you can use that in a flower arrangement, and it can give you a little bit of height out of it. Other things for breaking up in your door wreaths, okay? This is like a glitter, I don't know what kind of foliage it's supposed to be. It's a creamy off-white colour with a kind of like red speckle, okay? And again, what you could do, and I will do it next week, is where I'll break it up into smaller little pieces, I'll wire them, and I'll use them within my door wreaths, but also in my Christmas table arrangements and candle arrangements. And everybody loves a bit of bling, and he probably has these in gold. This is only €3 for this, like that's an absolute bargain. And remember, any of the prices that I'm calling out to you, that includes the VAT already. Where a lot of the wholesalers, you see when I spread it out there, now each of them little pieces could be cut in half. So there's 5 separate pieces, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I could cut each of them in half, so I get 10 pieces, add a 20 gauge wire, that's why the wires are so important. Add a 20 gauge wire onto them, and again I would have 10 pieces to go throughout my wreath, or probably what I would do is I'd put 5 in one wreath and 5 in the other wreath. So again, it would only be costing you $1.50 a wreath. Hopefully that you can see them there, and I'll just bring the other one in a little bit closer.
Yeah.
So just to kind of give you an idea. Now this one is lovely as well. The only thing that puts me up, well, the cone is quite big, you know, that way. So again, maybe on, again, a twig ring, you know what I mean? You could incorporate it into your design. It's a pity you didn't send me two. He was a bit rich and only sending one, you know that way. How much of these are only €3 as well. You think he could have sent me two. Because if I had two, I could have one going one way and one going the opposite way. And you get on a single twig ring, a bow in the middle, and your Bob's your uncle and Fanny's your auntie, and you'll be absolutely fine. It just makes life so easy for you. And again, you could glue them on, you could wire them on, you could cable tie them on. But again, you could break it up. It'd be expensive. Not that this is expensive, but I don't think I would get as good a value breaking this up to put into my wreaths or to put into my candle arrangements, because the cone is quite big and it's taking up a lot of space on it. But again, in a flower arrangement, you know, like standing up or coming out to one side on a tall container and slightly hanging down, because again, you can maneuver all of these. You see, they're all on wires and you can maneuver them around. Again, excellent quality, really happy with that one there. The next thing is these little poinsettia bushes. So you know yourself, your bush always needs to be trimmed, okay? So you're getting 5 separate heads on these poinsettias. You can break them all up, or, you know, I've cut them off as 5 separate flowers. And again, I'll show you where I can use them in my wreath, in my door wreaths, in my brave wreaths. And how much were these, Deirdre?
£2.50.
50 pence a flower, for God's sake, like that is for nothing. So again, if you were decorating up a wreath and you only had this, and you had a bit of the gold glitter or the silver glitter, whatever you fancied, and a few pine cones, and an odd little robin pitch, you'd be absolutely flying, you would. Now these ones, I haven't tried these out, okay? But I'm going to bring these with me on Saturday, and it'll be a bit first up, best dressed, okay? But they're little mini lights. I haven't tried them, so I can't give any information on them yet.
They're 40 LED indoor or outdoor string lights.
Okay, so...
Is that them? No? Oh no, the gift box string lights, €8.
It says 8 for 5
8
sets.
for 5 sets.
So
it's
there must be
€8.
5 sets on this little
No, 5
package.
sets in the bag.
Well, oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Jesus, that's a bargain. So that's one whole set. Yeah,
Yeah.
obviously, because there's one battery pack. I'm a bit stupid here today.
Because look, there's a
So-
the option to probably them little
So there's 5 sets of them. They're probably maybe they don't, because it's very small, the battery pack.
I'd say
so
it's though. Oh,
you
here.
pull out a little.
There you go.
There you go. Oh, I tell you, thank God we have Deirdre here. So maybe I'm going to give it back to Deirdre and she might unravel it. You know,
Oh, right.
You can kind of see the end. So them little packets of lights, they are ideal for going onto your doorway. And so there's 5 sets of them. Yeah, they're decent enough. They actually go around the doorway. You put 2 on the doorway to be even nicer. So there you
I'm
go.
just going to bring over the doorway that you can actually
It's a
see.
little Christmas parcel with a little red bow on it with the light in behind it. So there you go there, right? So how much is 5 into 8? Anybody good at maths?
Less than 2.
Right, I put 2 sets onto it if it was me, you know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah, definitely 2 sets,
We
yeah.
don't want to be an RD man, okay? We want to be a Dublin woman, okay? Splash out and make it really fun. But like to put the 5 sets on for €8,
Yeah.
you wouldn't get them in Duns or pennies for that price.
No.
And you don't have to buy batteries because the batteries came in them. What did you do? Push a button?
Yes, little slider.
Little slider thing, and obviously you can
And
turn
I
them
actually
on
think
and
he might have told me that these, once you turn them on, there's an 8-hour setting. I think he
off.
told
He
me
did
something
say
like that.
something about that, yeah. We only half listened to him. Because you know these RD fellas, they start talking and he doesn't shut up, he doesn't. So €8 for 5 sets, they're an absolute bargain they are, okay? I'll bring them with me on Saturday and first up best dressed. These little tea lights, okay, there's a little battery on them, so the same thing, like you don't have to put your own batteries into them. They're only €4. So again, for maybe sitting down into a glass container or sitting down into a flower arrangement where you don't want to actually put a natural light. This ribbon here, we will be talking about wreaths for graves next week when we start doing our 12 days of Christmas. But this is, and O'Neill's, as far as I know, is the only one in Ireland that's selling this ribbon. So it says Loving Christmas Remembrance. But on the roll of it, I'm going to say there's 100 yards on it, because there used to be 100 yards on these,
Yeah.
so I presume it's the same. But you can see that you get more
Oh,
than
160 a set, Simon is saying, for the lights. That's what it works
What?
out. 160 a set.
A bargain. I thank God we have somebody that's on the low. So you can work this one out. If there's 10 yards and it's that length, how many of them pieces will you get out of the roll? Absolutely. absolutely loads and loads and loads, okay? And what I'll show you is where I'll attach it onto a red ribbon. You see the way? And I'll have the little bit of red shown up on either side, and I'll wire it into a wreath, okay? And I'll do it as a grey wreath. I'll do this all next week for you. The whole roll of that is €20. I'm going to reckon there has to be about 200 on the roll.
Oh, there has to be.
There has to be, because there's 2 of them, and that's not even a yard. Now you'll make a balls of a few of them, you know the usual. But you're going to get loads of them. If you had somebody that you could share it with, but normally we find that one roll runs into the next year.
Yeah.
And like again, I'll bring this along with me to the workshop on Saturday, and if anybody wants to turn their wreath into a dory, and if you want to roll a few extra, absolutely no problem. Now the big thing that O'Neill's have, and I'm going to have to put a bit more time into this, okay?
Yeah.
Was these little battery lights, okay? So these are little lights, and it flickers. And have you got the prices for this one? $5.75. Like that's only $5.75. And he did send us a photograph, because he did one for us, and he had the video, and he had it lighting.
Because they flicker, don't they? Yeah.
It flickers, and it's kind of like the
me.
top kind of moves around a little bit. You're just going to have a look at it there. And to put your lollipop sticks on the end of that and put it down into a candle arrangement. And then this one here. This one's
Oh, here you go. Okay. Oh, it is lighting there now. Okay. Oh, actually, that's really good because see the way the end screws off. So you know the way if it's sitting on foam, it's the works of it is not sitting on the
brilliant.
the foam.
So that's it there. Isn't it very realistic looking, the light on it? You can straighten up a little bit if you want to, but I suppose they're always bent, aren't they?
Yeah. It's blowing in the wind.
Blown in the wind. So there it is, $5.75. You can put your lollipop sticks on the outside of it. I'll show you that. And then as Deirdre said, that just screws off the end.
Pull.
My false nails. I'm only have to get my nails done. My nails are too long to be messing around.
But it does
like
screw
that.
off,
But
yeah, I'll
does
have to do it.
screw off, okay?
Just a bit like the toy show. Do you know your man? You know when your man he's showing bits and pieces, then he
And
can't do
everything
it.
goes wrong on the night. And again, I don't want to wreck the box on this one.
Oh, so this, and there's actually a couple of settings on this. So this is the one also with the timer. So you can see there where the ends of it screws off. So the workings is not sitting on foam if you do put it into foam.
And maybe I'll get you to open that box there. And this is another set of lights, LED lights, 40, so there's 40 bulbs on it, 6 hours on and 16 hours off. Sounds a bit like my husband, doesn't it? 6 hours on and 16 hours off. You'll be coming in here soon. Timer on them, €7 including the VAT. And obviously all you have to do is buy the batteries. So again, I'll open these up and I'll do them all next week, you know what I mean, and actually show them off.
Okay,
properly.
this one is actually, you have to charge it up. It has a little USB, so
Oh,
there's obviously
Jesus,
no
very
charge
posh
for
for
this
this
glass. It's not charged at
So
the
there you
moment.
go, you have to stick that into your telephone charger or your mobile phone charger. I'll have it done for you for next week. And again, to add it into a flower arrangement.
Simon has the Loving Christmas and Remembrance worked out. 1 metre equals 1.1 yards, so 10 metres is 11 yards, so €20 is 180 per yard.
180 per yard. And I reckon there's 3 strips.
3.
3 strippers, 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 of them, and that's even less than a
Yeah,
yard.
yeah.
Work it out, Simon. Will we get even a 4th one?
So
The
that's
4th one.
so 3 into 180 is 3 sixths is 18. Is 60 cents a strip.
60 cents.
In and around.
Jesus, you wouldn't get a stripper.
And
in
somebody's
a
actually
nightclub
saying,
for 60 cents.
somebody's saying in the comments there that they bought it 2 years ago and they're still going through it.
Do you know what? I have loads of ends of rolls, and the same thing, I have them over the years. Like, you get great value. And as I said, I'll show you where I put it onto a backing piece of ribbon, different colours, and again, it really makes it look classy looking and really expensive looking. So the thing is, if you want to work with me next week when we're doing our 20 days of Christmas, okay, is that if you have a bit of stuff kind of organised. Now, he also has these straw bases. Now, this one is quite big. You'd need to be living in a mansion. You'd be better off with a 12-inch or a 14. Not sure what length. Simon, what length is this one? Now, don't be a man, don't be a bragger. It's probably around 16 inches, I'd say. So these are the straw bases, and you can make your own base onto this. And again, he did send me out the eucalyptus and the silver Sussex. He was making sure I wasn't going to be docile. So again, I'll show you how you can actually make one from scratch using foraged foliage. I shouldn't be really saying that. Or using the foliage from the likes of O'Neill's, where you could go and buy it, seeing that he sent it out to us. But also, there's nothing to stop you, because at the end of the the day, I get paid by nobody. I always like to give my opinion, and there's nothing to stop you making your own straw base. So these would be a 12-inch ring. So these are 12-inch wire rings. O'Neill's has these as well, by the way. And then what you need is a roll of real wire. And the thing is then you can put your own straw onto the base. I do have a YouTube video showing you how to do this. And you can catch it on there with the real wire. And O'Neill's sells the real wire as well. A lot of people call it mossing wire. Now for anybody out there that's a typical dove and they're saying, where in the name of God am I going to get straw? You know your little rabbit and your guinea pig and your mice. You go up to your pet shop and you buy a bag of straw. And that's what I do. So again, typical dove, okay? I went up to the pet shop. I've been using that bag for ages. Was it about $5.95?
I think it's $5.95.
$5.95 for the bag of straw. There's absolutely loads in it. I've no rabbits and I've no guinea pigs or whatever. I literally use it for making straw bases. And I find the straw bases that I make myself are easier to work with because I can get the wires through them. So there is a video over on our YouTube channel showing you how to moss a base but use straw, but also how to moss a base but use actual proper moss. Oh, the last thing, forgetting about these, robins. Everybody loves the robin. Well, some people are a bit superstitious about them. I love them, I do. So these are single robins. So where the last one I showed you came on a pick, these ones are just a robin on their own. There's $12.50. Don't know where he's putting the odd money in. $12.50 for 12. You think he would have made it €12?
I know, yeah.
Do
you know, I bet you he's doing, the 50 pence is probably the 5% discount.
Absolutely typical. I know that old fella. Give me your ear and rent out the other one. So there you go. There's the single robin. He has a little nest and all underneath him. So €1 each, including the VAT, to stick that into your flower arrangement. And I have to say, the kids all love a bird. I remember any flower shop that we worked in over the years, and you put a door each on the door and you stuck a robin in. Now there could be yellows and blues and purples and tangerines and whatever the items were in the door each. All the kids said, and even the old ones, the old people, look at the robin. They all love the robin, they do. Now there's an odd person that's superstitious about robins. I absolutely love them. So there you go, €1 each for the individual robins. And again, you can put them into your door wreath, your candle arrangements, your table centres, your grave wreaths. Like you can put them into absolutely anything. My husband's going to be getting it in the middle of a tin of beans tonight because that's all he's going to be getting for his dinner. So there you go. As I said, short and quick, just giving you a little taste, okay, of some of the items. And then for anyone that wants to work with me next week, okay, you mightn't physically be able to work with me when I'm live because I'll probably work too fast. But it means then that if you like something that I demonstrate, at least you'll have the basics, you know, that way, like you'll have your pre-made base, or you'll have your straw base, or you're going to make your own straw base if you want to. And again, if you have the ribbons in, I'll do more work with the ribbons.
Celine has the link up from mossing the base, and actually, Celine, you're probably looking for the straw one, and it's in draft. It's ready to go. I'll try and get it up today or tomorrow.
What do we do?
I don't
Like
know.
all these promises you're making, and you're sitting on your arse, and all these videos not posted yet. We are working on our YouTube channel and we're trying to get a lot more stuff up onto it. So Celine has the moss one and the straw one will be up probably by the 12 days of Christmas.
And what I'd say to you, if you're not following us over on YouTube, do go over and follow us and click for notifications, because every time we post a new video, you'll actually get an email to say Case Flower School has posted how to straw up a wreath base or whatever.
She's after uploading a new video.
So you'll see then every day over the Christmas, or coming up to Christmas, like you'll be reminded then that a new wreath has gone up. We've lots of top tips going up. There's absolutely loads planned for.
And like even on the Facebook and the Instagram, the last few days, you'll see where I have a video going up showing you how to wear the orange slices, or the whole oranges, or the cinnamon sticks.
They all loved the whole orange, didn't they?
They all loved the whole orange. Now there's a couple of people said, I do it different. I do it different as well. But what I'm trying to show you is different ways of doing it. Because I know one person, she's smart aleck, probably from our D as well. I'm only messing. But someone would say, I have a better way, and you won't see the wire. I have better ways, and you won't see the wire too. But the way I showed you is fast and quick. And at the end of the day, it's more profitable. And it's all about the money at the end of the day. It's all great loving doing flower arranging, but it can be expensive if you're not making any money at it. So listen, thanks a million.
Don Matthews says, how lovely to see you live. She lost her count and she hasn't been active lately, so she's a lovely surprise.
Great to have you here. So as I said, if I get a chance tomorrow, I'll pop on. Don't worry. Once you're following our page, you're interacting with our page, see the little thumbs up sign, give it a little click there. See the one that says share, or it's like a little arrow, go and share it. Share it onto your own page, share it to a friend, share it in your knitting group, share it in your mother and toddler group. Like, help us. I'm on here promoting O'Neill's, giving up me time for nothing. So listen, give us a little bit of promotion, do a little bit of sharing, do a little bit of clicking, give us a thumbs up sign, and meet you all back here tomorrow for hopefully another demonstration, but if not, for our 12 days of Christmas starting on Monday. And anybody interested in joining the crack on Saturday, it's in Templeogue. We've 2 places left. Drop us an email, info@caseflowerschool.com. See you then.